machine would work. You know, the funny thing is, I don't really work on this traversing, which I should.
Okay, so I just made a TikTok and probably Instagram post about what I just showed you, the traversing. I did 4 passes this last time. The first one that I did on the camera was a warm up. But what I was saying in the video is that hanging is arguably the best thing you could do for your body. It's a cheap form of traction for your spine, and also it helps align your spine and your back. But what I've found is it's the fastest way that I could build upper body strength, upper body size, mass, not just strength, mass, by simply hanging and doing isometric contractions, and not full concentric contractions, basically just hanging, maybe just a little bit of concentric. Last year, this time was when I really noticed it. And the year before, I did my regular strength training on top of my ninja stuff to get ready for Tacoma ANW, which was season 13. But last year, I just did all ninja stuff. And what I found was that my biceps were huge. And I did not do a single bicep curl the entire 8 weeks. And my shoulders were jacked. Triceps weren't so much because you don't really use those for hanging. And so that's when I started doing my tricep work on the cape pulley. But yeah, that's when I really proved to myself that isometric contractions really work. Because you think about a lot of the ninja stuff, it's not really concentric contractions. So they're mini, but they're not full range, and they're mostly just hanging before you can do the explosive moves. But time under tension, it's definitely an isometric contraction more than a concentric contraction. So anyway, hang. It's great for everyone. If you need assistance, just hang and just basically take a barbell and put it in a squat rack, or not on a busy time because people want to strangle you, and stand. Support yourself with your feet, but kind of hang, and it makes it an easy way to catch yourself. And that's a good way to start. You can progress with resistance bands to suspend yourself, then doing full hangs. Again, I take for granted, having the arm strength to do all these pull-ups and stuff, and just hanging. I definitely take for granted, but I know a lot of people can't do it because they're just not used to supporting their weight with their hands. Anyway, gonna go finish my other next traverse while I'm preheating the grill for chicken thighs. Okay, so the Slackblock is something I've been using for a couple years now. It's a great product. I just made a video for YouTube, a second video for YouTube. Turns out the first one, the reason people found the first video was because they were specifically searching for the Slackblock. And Rogue Fitness carries this, and if Rogue Fitness carries anything, it's a good product. And it's also probably one of the cheapest things you can find on Rogue Fitness. If you know Rogue Fitness, then you know. Turn this off. What I like about it is the low risk of injury, yet the high, the high level of difficulty that you can make this thing. And the bottom of it is neat because you can take out these plugs, which adjusts the viscosity or the compressibility of the foam. And one person made a comment on my last video about the Slackblock, like, oh, that's $60-$70 with foam with a piece of plywood on top. Well, yeah, if you want to deconstruct anything, just like a car is a piece of metal with 4 wheels on it, it's a little bit more involved than that. You really just can't notice, but it's a trapezoid shape, which meaning the base is wider than the top. That lends it a little bit of stability, but also it gives it its ability to want to flop over, which makes your balance more challenging. And I'm not sure what kind of foam this is. Honestly, I've only found it one other time. And I'm around a lot of industrial products. It's not EPS because it's the viscosity is just very odd. It's extremely highly compressible, but still it springs back to its form. And this is die cut. And then on top of that is a very nice piece of Baltic birch plywood, which, if you know anything about plywood, Baltic birch is the bomb because of the sheer amount of plies in it. I don't know if you can see that. It's about 9 plies, and that's some good stuff. Anyway, I found this after seeing Kelly Start mention it in one of his Instagram posts, filed it away in my memory. Then I got the call to be on Ninja Warrior, then realized, hey dude, you really should probably work on your balance and your grip strength. And then I remember the fact when Kelly was using this in his video that he was standing in his kitchen and just saying how convenient it was to use this thing because you can use it in any room. And what I really liked about it, and he said it was challenging, and what I really liked about it is that I needed to work on my slack line and thought that would be a great way to work in balance. But it was in the dead of winter when I got the call, which was in February, and February in DC is not a great place to be outside. And we're spending very much time outside. So I remember this, found it on the internet, and ordered it, and don't regret it at all, and love it. And have since become friends with Jim, the founder of the company. He is my balance guru. But it's just a great product. It's highly portable. You take it to the office if you work in an office. Like I said, if you're in the kitchen doing dishes, or at a standing desk, or in your gym working out, it's awesome. The other cool thing you see me using is the balance boards, which are great. They're fun. But with something like this, you can really just focus on your balance and not have a high degree of worrying that you're going to hurt yourself. Because the balance board, there's a high degree you're going to hurt yourself because there's just a lot of stuff going on. Here, it's mainly the lateral, the side-to-side balance that you have to worry about, unless you work on the forward to aft. But then it's really only in one plane. Where the balance board, especially the skateboard one I have, that one is all over the place. Looks cool for Instagram, but this is a great product, and it's something I'll continue to use. Do my pistol squats and whatever. But if you get a chance, get it. I highly recommend this more than a Bosu ball if you just want to work on your balance. Bosu ball is a very versatile product. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. But it's a jack of all trades, master of none. This is just very good for your balance. Anyway. Yeah, so I just had dinner and my hands are toast. I did 4 or 5 sets of this traverses. 4 times across. 1, 2, 3, 4 times across. Right. The first one was 3. And and mission accomplished. My hands are hurting, and I want to build the calluses for that. Grabbing a pole. So I'm gonna go do some mobility work and core stuff, and then go to bed. So before my workout today, I did those carpet sliders, reverse lunges, and I really think that's the jam for me. It's a good warm up for the hips and your groin and your legs for any leg workout. Now this is the jam for all the other parts that you really don't get to work out. This is working out your adductors, and you're stretching out your hamstrings. Ooh. Aside from it looking really cool. I mean, this is wicked hard, but I've come a long way. The Mac Daddy one is the dropping down like that and then coming back up. I hadn't done that in a while. Someone asked what my grip is like when I grab these spheres. I tend to, when I go to hook them, I try to divide my index finger from my middle finger. That's just a natural grip. That way, I'm leading with 2 very strong fingers, my index finger and my thumb, and then having 3 other fingers, which aren't as strong individually. So the strength is kind of even if you had to do a percentage of how much strength each digit had. So just like that. Okay, if I ever had a secret weapon exercise, this is probably it. It's the reverse squat. And it works, among other things, the tops of your quadricep, the top of your hip, your lower back, your ankle. So basically all kinds of parts of your legs that a cyclist never really works on.
10.
And
11.
the reason why I do it, I work on these things, is specifically because you don't
1.
use these muscles or work them out that much while riding. It's that supplementation
4.
of working on the muscles, your primary muscle groups, that makes the difference.
6.
Kind of like I said about movement before
7.
and mobility. People work on major muscle groups a little bit too much,
10.
and they don't work on
11.
Mobility and the other parts of your body that make you strong overall. Okay, I did 3 sets of 1 minute with 3-minute rests in between. That's got to be, I know it is a PR. I can't believe I went from 30 seconds and random rest in between to a solid minute with only 3-minute rest. Anything is possible if you keep at it.